So when I was 13, I had a bully, and he made my life a living hell. He would push me into lockers, he would punch me in the face, and he even called me anti-Semitic names. Whatever you can imagine as just the most horrible human being, that was this person. And my only reprieve from his torment was the summer break after the school year. And I was thinking to myself, I have to do something, I have to get back at him, but I can't physically fight him. He was much bigger than me, and much stronger than me. So the only way I felt like I could get my revenge was to TP his house. So I devised a genius plan where I would go to one bathroom in my house and take one roll of toilet paper one day, go to another bathroom in my house, take another roll another day, and just do this slowly and inconspicuously over time so no one would notice. And I would do this until I had a backpack full of toilet paper. And so I picked a random day, and I set my alarm for 4 in the morning, and I woke up, I grabbed my backpack, I opened my window, I took the screen out of my window, and I crawled out through my window, and then I took a 10-minute walk over to my bully's house. It wasn't too far away. And once I got there, I opened the backpack, and I just started throwing the toilet paper everywhere, through the bushes and through the trees, and it just felt really great and cathartic. It was just a really great experience. And so I got back to my house, I crawled back in through the window, closed the window, put the screen back in, and laid back down in bed and took a big sigh of relief. That was really easy. Almost too easy. I could do this again. And so I did. A second time, a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time, a sixth time. And so the 7th time that I went out, I was about halfway to his house when I had a sudden epiphany, and I thought to myself, you know, I'm about to start high school pretty soon. I feel like I'm getting a little too old for this. I need to start acting more mature. I've already TP'd his house 6 times. I feel like he's kind of gotten the message by this point. So I turned around thinking I'd won the bigger battle. I had a big grin on my face. Walking back to my house, and then I notice it's not as silent as I remember for 4 in the morning, but I don't really think much of it. I just continue walking. And I keep walking, and then eventually I get back to where my house is in view, and then waiting for me on my front lawn are 2 people. And I recognize one of the people as my bully, and the other person, I don't know who the other person is, so immediately I'm thinking, okay, I definitely can't win a fight against my bully one-on-one, and now there's 2 people, so they're really gonna let me have it. This is really bad. So I'm just thinking, what do I do? What do I do? And then my bully calls out to me and he yells, "So John, what are you doing out here?" And my heart just starts beating really fast in my chest, and I'm just thinking, what do I do? What do I do? And then they take a step towards me, and then my first instinct is just to run and get the hell out of there. So I run as fast as I can, and I'm just crisscrossing, zigzagging in between the houses, trying to lose them. But they're right on my tail, they're running just as fast as I am, they're catching up to me, and I can hear them getting closer and closer, and eventually they do catch me. My bully grabs me by the arm and he yells, "You're coming back with us." And so they physically overpower me, and there's nothing I can do, I have to just go along with them. And so they take me back to his house, and they throw me in a closet, and then they just start banging on the door when I'm stuck in the closet as some way to torture me, I guess. Yeah. And as they're banging on the door, I'm thinking to myself, I might not survive this. This is really bad. And they keep banging on the door, and then I have another realization. I remember that my parents and my sister are going to get up really early in the morning because my sister had a college visit a couple states over. And so if they wake up and they see my empty bedroom with the window open, that's not going to be good for me. So my fear of dying in this closet was greatly outweighed by the fear of getting in trouble with my parents. So I had to think of something to get out of this situation really quickly. So when there was a pause in the banging on the door, I called out to my bully and I said, "Hey, I have a proposition for you. In exchange for my freedom, I can give you a porno magazine." So I didn't have a porno magazine. I didn't know where to find one. That was just the first thing that I thought of. And so he's a 13-year-old boy. It doesn't take much convincing to get him on board with that. So we go pretty quickly after that, and we're walking back to the house, and we get to my open window, and then I start crawling back in through the window, and right as I get back into my window, or right as I get back into my room, he yells to me, so where's the porno magazine? And so I turn around and I yell, fuck you, and I give him the finger. And then I quickly closed the window, put the screen back in, and then I laid back down in bed and I took another big sigh of relief. It's over. And then I heard the doorbell ring. It's not over. And then I heard the doorbell ring and ring and ring some more. This is not going to end well for me. And so first I hear my dad get up and he yells, I'll be there in a second. He sounds very angry. And then I heard my mom get up, and then I heard my sister get up, and then it's just me who's the only one who hasn't gotten up yet. So the longer I'm sitting in my bed, the worse this is gonna look. So I just have to face the consequences of my actions. I have to go out there. So I slowly shuffle out of my bed, just resigned to my fate, and I walk to the front entrance of the house, and there's my mom, my dad, my sister, my bully, and his friend, and they all turn and look at me suddenly when I come into view, and then my bully points his finger at me very deliberately, and he yells, he TP'd my house 6 times, and he was out tonight, and he was probably gonna do it again. And so I realized there's no way out of this. I have to confess. And so I can slowly feel the confession working its way from my stomach. It's working its way through my esophagus. It's working its way up into my mouth. I can feel it right on the tip of my lips. And right before I confess, my mom turns to him and says, you lying piece of shit. And then my dad turns to him and says, 6 times? 6 times? You really expect us to believe you TP your ass 6 times? Get the hell out of here. And so he left. And I never heard from him again. So yeah, I got my revenge, and a lot of people say the revenge is a dish best served cold, but in this specific instance, it's best served 6 times, not 7. Thank you.